Timing breakfast for optimal health while keeping autophagy in the game is like directing a tiny morning play inside your body, where mitochondria, autophagy janitors, insulin, and your digestive enzymes all have starring roles. Autophagy is at its peak after an overnight fast, sweeping away damaged proteins, polishing mitochondria, and generally tidying up cellular debris like a meticulous, slightly sarcastic custodian. Eating breakfast abruptly raises insulin, which politely asks autophagy to take a coffee break. But the good news, and the funny twist, is that autophagy isn't fired. It's just momentarily paused and will happily resume later. The challenge, then, is finding strategies that let your cells get a decent cleaning shift without depriving your brain and muscles of energy. One of the simplest approaches is to delay breakfast modestly, giving autophagy a few uninterrupted hours in the morning. This doesn't mean skipping food until noon unless your schedule and energy allow it. Even a 60 to 90-minute delay beyond waking can extend the fasting window enough to boost cellular recycling. While this sounds austere, it's actually a practical, low-stress strategy. Your autophagy janitors get extra time to sweep, your mitochondria get tuned up, and by the time you eat, they can graciously step aside for growth and energy provisioning. It's like running a well-timed shift change in a microscopic factory. The first team works quietly in the shadows, the second team arrives with breakfast and energy, and all parts of the system leave the morning running smoothly. Breakfast composition also matters more than most people realize. A high-protein, moderate-fat, low-sugar breakfast is the polite way to signal energy incoming, without throwing a confetti parade that completely halts autophagy. Eggs, Greek yogurt, nuts, avocado, or a smoothie with minimal added sugar provide amino acids, healthy fats, and some carbohydrates for the brain and muscles, but they induce a smaller insulin spike than pastries, cereals, or sugary beverages. This lets autophagy resume faster after a brief pause, keeping the cellular cleaning crew relatively happy while your brain and body get the energy boost they need. It's like offering the janitors a cup of coffee while they continue tidying the office rather than interrupting their entire shift with a dance party. Practical strategies also include pairing breakfast timing with gentle morning activity. Light exercise, stretching, or a brisk walk before eating can activate YMPK, improve fat metabolism, and enhance autophagy even before insulin arrives. In this scenario, your cells are multitasking. They get cleaning done, fat is mobilized for energy, and you enjoy enhanced alertness and mood once breakfast finally appears. It's a morning performance worthy of a standing ovation from mitochondria, lysosomes, and even your gut microbiota, which thrives on a regular yet nutrient-dense intake pattern. Another funny twist is considering the psychological aspect. Humans often associate breakfast with pleasure, ritual, or socializing, so timing it strategically is both a biological and lifestyle decision. Delaying a small meal or choosing nutrient-dense foods doesn't just support autophagy. It also gives your morning routine a bit of structure and intentionality, reducing impulsive sugar binges that could spike insulin unnecessarily. Autophagy quietly appreciates this planning, mitochondria hum along happily, and your brain enjoys steady energy without the highs and lows of a sugar roller coaster. It's also important to emphasize flexibility. Autophagy doesn't vanish permanently with breakfast. It's cyclical and adaptive. You don't need rigid fasting schedules to see benefits. Instead, think in terms of timing, composition, and rhythm. A brief fast in the morning, followed by a balanced, protein-rich meal, allows your cells to enjoy both repair and fuel. Over days and weeks, this approach can support metabolic health, fat utilization, muscle maintenance, cognitive performance, and, humorously, the morale of your internal janitors, who get to work efficiently without feeling overworked or underappreciated. In other words, the practical balance isn't about extreme fasting or obsessive timing. It's about strategic negotiation with your own body. Slightly delaying breakfast, choosing nutrient-dense meals, and integrating light morning activity give autophagy a meaningful window, provide energy for your brain and muscles, and respect the delicate, dynamic dance of insulin, AMPK, mTOR, and cellular repair. Picture your morning internally. Autophagy sweeping diligently, mitochondria nodding in approval, insulin waving politely, and your brain sipping coffee while everything continues in perfect, comedic harmony. Ultimately, timing breakfast for health and autophagy is a clever, human-friendly compromise. It recognizes the science of cellular repair, the the benefits of nutrient timing, and the humor in imagining your internal systems running a coordinated, slightly sarcastic morning show. By balancing fasting, meal composition, and activity, you can enjoy cognitive clarity, metabolic flexibility, and cellular longevity, all while your internal janitors, mitochondria, and digestive enzymes quietly applaud your good planning, broom in hand, ready for the next shift.